Hey, welcome to Meet the Shoe podcast. I'm Sade,
I'm Nina.
and we're gonna unshackle some history for you guys.
Yay.
It's Valentine's Day, and love is in the air. Everybody started off yesterday with
Mhm.
the Galentine Day,
Sure did.
which
And let me tell
that
you a quick
inspired
story
it.
about that real
Yeah.
fast before we plunge in. So I did like 3 orders of DoorDash yesterday.
Okay.
And yeah, the guys were on it.
Where are they?
There was a guy that I didn't get no orders like all day that were,
Hmm.
you can pick the orders, put it like that. And you see y'all,
Hmm.
I got my sweetheart shirt on, right?
Okay, cute.
To be in the spirit of today, right? Um, but Cupid didn't hit me.
Maybe. Cupid might get.
Maybe later,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So there was a couple of guys that were sending out cookies, insomnia cookies they have
Mm.
by the U of M campus.
Oh yeah, I
And
heard
they
those
have those
are
big
really good.
old hard cookies, yes, good and
Mhm.
soft. And so when you go in there, being as though I'm Weight Watching, you go in there, you smell all them different
Oh,
smells of those
good.
cookies. Oh my goodness. So yes, the guys had started off. A guy had sent, his girlfriend one yesterday, and the people at the where they lived in a big high rise where he
Yeah,
sent me to, and the doorman was like, "Oh, they're starting early. How beautiful! Love is in the air." So yeah, love was
nice.
in the air. And then there was another guy that sent I didn't know that DoorDash had flowers.
Really?
DoorDash has flowers and candy, yes.
But you know what? The DoorDash is doing a lot of stuff. They DoorDash and hair weave too.
Oh,
They DoorDash.
really?
Yeah, I think they're doing it more down south. I said,
Okay.
let me try and get in on that. I'm gonna call DoorDash see if I can
Yes, you should,
get
Cashmere
here on
Lux.
there.
Yes, definitely get in on that.
But yeah, the Galentine's Day,
Mhm,
is
mhm.
for the girls. So
Right.
to show true friendship, with your friends and celebrate each other. That shows a lot of commitment when you have a friend like me and you, since we're
Mhm.
16 years old,
Yes,
16, 17
yes,
years old, you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? And we might have our differences, but we still, come for 360 and,
Right,
you know, talk about it. It's
right,
nothing wrong with being grown adults, but, some
right.
people don't know how to do that lately.
No.
That's another story. But yeah, it's just something to, show each other appreciation.
Yes.
And a lot of women have been doing that in the
Mhm.
last so many years. I've been seeing more Galentine parties or dinners or getaways and stuff like that. So that's
Mhm.
that's cool. Today
And
is
that's for the
Valentine's.
girls that's single or, that don't
No,
have
they're
no
not even
money.
single. They're just all best friends.
Okay.
Cool. Hey y'all, let's do something together. Celebrate because
Right. Mhm.
everybody's when you become an adult, you're working
Yep.
9 to 5s, you're doing or going to school
Mhm.
or taking care of your kids. You don't have time for yourself.
Right.
So you gotta create little things, little fun things to make you okay. Let me do something for myself. Let me get into this group or create this event and just have fun. So hey,
Yeah, just not forgetting about each other is the most important
mhm.
thing because family don't always check on you. You know
No,
what I'm saying? And then when you're together with people, in your lives, your kids, your mate, and all that, you take for granted because that
hmm
person is always there. So they're not really like you're with your day to day hustle, like you said, you're constantly forgetting about each other. Not
hmm
purposely, but sometimes. I know this weekend also, an older crowd that I know of my mom's friends and things, they went to have a gathering at the casino.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they did a overnight there. They hung out, caught up, and that was a part of, like you said, Galentine's Day too, is
Okay.
that they, often meet up and have girls' weekends to overnight together.
Nice.
So you
That
could
is
cover
beautiful.
everything of what people's going on, and they try to do it every 3 to 6 months.
That makes sense. To
Yeah,
refresh and
because
catch up.
think about it. When you're younger, right? Like when we was in high school, we seen each other every day. So then
Yeah.
we could plan, okay, let's go here after school, or
hmm
this weekend, this is going on, let's do this. But
hmm
when you're working adults, like you said, and everyone has separate lives and things transpire in between,
Yes.
you tend to forget,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, or you get click, you get
Mhm.
over to another click or another, lane with other people, you tend to forget about, some that was in your past that was important. So a lot of
Yes.
people say, this is what's going on in my life now. It's about
Right.
right now, right? But
Mhm.
really, it's about it all as a whole.
All of it. Yeah, as a
About
whole.
past, present, and the future, right?
Mhm.
Where you want to go in the future. Doesn't mean that I'm going to always, be with the love of my past, right?
Yes.
Whether
Mhm.
friendship or love or whatever.
Yes.
You would like to bring everybody with you forever, but like
Yeah.
you say, reason and season, right?
Yeah, seasons change, people change.
Yeah,
And so Valentine's is today and everyone's preparing to do something with their husband or boyfriend or loved one, friendship or whatever. And
yeah,
what I Valentine's is about love
right,
and showing appreciation for each other.
right. Yeah.
Um, taking time to, love
That
on,
well,
you know.
it's really for women, right? But you
Mhm.
don't hear the men say that they were, you know, they got this gift for Valentine's Day, right? You see the
Right. So
men usually
tell us the
give
history.
the
Usually.
history of it is it's a Christian thing, right?
Mhm.
And the Christians Valentine's Day meaning is it originated as a Christian feast day
Okay.
honoring honoring a martyr named Valentine, right? That's where it originally came from. So somebody named
The guy named Valentine, yes.
guy named Valentine, and through later folks tradition, it has also becoming a significant culture to the religion, right? And
Mhm.
commercial celebration. So really, it's just
Pagan.
pagan commercialized, right? And celebration of romance and love in many
Mhm.
regions of the world, right? Through a card, it started out originally. It didn't have gifts and all of that. It was
Really?
just, yeah, it really just was
Just a card.
just your signature of love,
Mhm.
right? That's what it was for. Just for you to signify it in words, right? If you
Mhm.
weren't able to speak it or was scared to speak it, you would write it down.
That sounds so romantic and
Yeah, it
beautiful,
does.
especially
It does.
especially when a
It's very
man
meaningful.
when someone put a poem and put his own words together in a poem and sign it. Oh, that takes me out.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was born I guess his birthday was on the 14th of
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
Mr. Valentine.
Yeah. Yep. And so then we seen that there's a game, right?
Oh yes, the
There's a
Valentine
game.
mystery game.
Yeah, the Valentine mystery game is it's on sale on Amazon, right?
Mhm.
And it's a Valentine's Day murder mystery.
Ooh.
Uh in person part of 6 to 12 players ages 15 and up for difficulties, right?
Okay.
Invite your best friend and have a blast for the Valentine's Day, right? So I
Mhm.
guess it is mystery to solve the murder, the
Ooh.
Chicago murder mystery, right?
Yeah.
There was 7 people in Chicago. Um, the massacre was an attempt to eliminate Bugs Morin. I guess
Oh,
he was
some
a
gangsters.
Chicago. Yeah, he was a gangster, right? Back in the
Mhm.
day, 1929 was when the actual murders took place, right, in a garage on
Mm.
February 14th on the street of 2122 North Clark Street,
Okay.
in the Lincoln Park neighborhood of Chicago's
Mhm.
North Side, right?
Mhm.
They were shot by 4 men using weapons that include machine gun, Thompson machine gun. 2 of the shooters were wearing police form, while
Wow.
the others wore suits, ties, and overcoats and hats.
Mm.
So I get it now with the gangsterism in in the videos and the magazines of back then, um, emulating the
Yes.
massacre and the gangsterism of of this heinous crime that happened
Yes, but
in
they went to
Chicago, right?
out of Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and so
dressed like that.
the witnesses um, saw the men in police uniforms leading the other men at gunpoint out of the garage after the shooting.
Mm.
So it's a rival between two gangs. They that in total has made people not um, really like some people don't
Oh,
value because
yeah,
they say that a lot of murder happens on. We
Valentine.
didn't go into any other murders. We talked about this main one, right?
Yes,
Because this happened, and then with seven people, and then it also led to supposedly a police officer's son being killed because the other
back
gang
and
is,
forth.
yes, the back and forth with how gangs originate.
And the other gang was, they was assuming Al Capone had something to
Yeah,
do
yeah, it was. Yep,
with it.
yep.
Hmm.
It was supposed to be Al Capone's gang against the guy George Bugs. So
Yes.
Al Capone against Bugs gang, right?
Hmm.
And
And a lot of times, I think a lot of them had problems because of territory.
yep, yep, different
Um,
sides of this different
mhm.
sides of Chicago, who runs what and who,
Yes,
you
the
know,
alcohol, the bottling of alcohol.
yeah, who was gonna orchestrate,
Hmm.
all the illegal acts and who was
Yes,
really in charge of it. So that
or
was Bugs
you messed
and
around with the boss man. The boss man probably serviced both gangs,
right.
and they want to take them out because look, you ordered too much alcohol. You know,
Yeah.
I this the amount I want,
It
so
was
you got
bon
to X
it
it out.
was, like you said, it was, alcohol and, a lot of cigarettes,
Hmm.
tobacco.
Hmm.
Controlled in organized crime back then. Um,
Yes.
a lot of cattle, meat.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that,
Yes.
you will organize where food would go, right?
All
It's
right.
still like that to this day. It's
Yeah.
still like that to this day that there's still a fight over tobacco and alcohol, right?
Yeah.
How and who can sell it and who can't, right? Who
Right.
can and can't sell it, right?
Exactly.
So that it dates back to probably before 1929, but really
Hmm.
1929 is when the Valentine's Day massacre happened, and a lot of like we said, a lot of gang activity
Hmm.
where they're trying to orchestrate a street corner, right? That's
Yeah.
that's where that came
That's
from.
what it came
Al
from.
Capone and his crew and Bugs and his crew in
Yeah.
the Lincoln Park area of Chicago.
And I know exactly where that's
Well,
at.
what can you tell us by you being from Chicago? What can you tell us about that? How is the North Side separate from the South Side when it comes to, gang activity?
Oh, it's you could tell the difference. Well, the North Side is a pretty nice area, right? Some
Okay,
parts of
that's
it
what I
right
saw.
now, you
Yeah.
know. They have a lot of flourishing businesses, small businesses over that area. I
Mhm.
really didn't hang around the North Side too much, but
Okay.
my son did have a concert over there, and when we went, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, it's nice over here. I'm thinking
Okay.
you had to hide your car and do all. No, it was a
No, it's a
nice
little
area.
more. It was a little more, classy over there.
Yeah, a
Safe,
little
I should say.
upscale, a little safe. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
in that
Yeah,
area
because
on the main street.
and on the north side, they said that as far as businesses, I have a friend that had a restaurant over there, right?
Hmm.
And during the COVID, like coming off the end of COVID, it was doing really well. And then
Hmm.
as everything started to open back up, it went down.
It
Everybody
did.
went back to their normal lives, but
Hmm.
he chose that side versus the side where he was from, right?
Hmm.
Um, he chose that side because it was safer.
Yeah.
More people in that area were going to be using, credit cards and
Hmm.
doing online sales or online payments and doing the Uber Eats and the
Yeah.
Door Dashing and all
Hmm.
that. So it was a safer environment for him and his staff to work
Okay.
over there versus the South Side, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
One more thing I found out yesterday.
hmm
Um, Minnesota DOC.
Uh-huh.
They're having problems with paying the inmates. Did you hear?
Okay.
So
So
a lot
what
of
do you
the
know
inmates,
what their price their price still like the 12 cents or the 20
uh,
cents?
10 cents an hour, 25 cents an hour, and 50 cents an hour.
Okay.
Some jobs pay $1 if you're like in the anagram, like Bloom, the Bloom folding.
Okay, so for federal be unicorn.
Okay. Oh, see.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Mhm.
it's $1 for that in
Yeah.
the industry building an hour. Once you get up to that scale, or
Okay.
$2. I think you
But
max
when
out
you
at
first
$2.
come in, as when you first start
10
off, you'll
cents.
be at your 10 cent, right?
Yes, and a lot of those inmates, that's all they live on. You know,
Okay.
you have to buy your own hygiene. You have to buy your
Mhm.
own commissary, like far as extra food that you want to eat outside of the lunch area,
Right.
food service. You got to buy your own stamps, and your own phone time. But I'm thinking phone time is free for right now. Okay,
Really?
yeah, they changed that as well, that they can call out for free. But
Okay.
a lot of these inmates are complaining. So Shakopee will be one of the prisons. Faribault, what is the other couple? Three other prisons saying they did not have not gotten paid in a month. And Minnesota DOC is contributed in that too. They're changing their payment systems.
Here we go. They said that all these systems are going to change March 1st. So
Yes,
be
the
prepared
payment
for your
system.
money
Oh,
and pay attention to your money in the bank. Pay attention to everything.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. So
And they
the
don't even understand or know how these systems are going to work. But what better way to worst way? You don't even want to pay the people that make 10 cents, let
right,
alone us, those of us that are 20 and
really
$25 and higher,
$50 an
you know?
hour. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so just
So they
imagine that.
said inmate wage dispute. So November 12th to the 18th, the
Hmm.
correctional facilities such as Faribault, Rush City, Shakopee, and Lino Lakes have not
All the men
gotten
are
paid
all the
that
men
that
prison.
week. So they said changing is because of the changing payments software, and the OC claims inmates were paid. So they're saying they were paid, and the inmates said no, we weren't paid for that week,
So, okay,
November 12th and November 18th to
by
the
them
18th.
not being paid, right? What penalty do they get? Do they get an interest on the money that they make
Uh,
monthly? Because I'm assuming that, I mean, isn't that something to fight?
yeah, you'll think
I've
so.
seen people, fight the government and the state
Oh,
for
mhm.
anything that's owed to them and win. Lots of them
Oh
win,
yes,
right?
definitely.
Because a lot of people won't sue about their money because they think that they're not going to get it anyway. But I mean, that's really bad. And I see why now the phone calls will be free because they don't want to use that as a grounds to
Mhm.
sue, right?
Mhm.
They're still able to communicate with their family. That's why
Mhm.
we know.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's nothing that the DOC isn't releasing that, right? They probably released it after an inmate told a family member on
Yes.
a visit or on the
Mhm.
phone call, right?
Right.
Then they release their reasons of why, right? They had
Mhm.
to cover
Mhm.
themselves. So
Yes. Cover their butts.
speaking of murder, as we go on about our Valentine Day,
Yes.
it says that two Minnesota women were convicted with murder released early from prison because of new law change.
Yes. The new law changes. Yes.
Yeah,
Which
so there
I
was
think
two
that's a.
young.
I hate to say, you know, that's a good idea because
Well,
murder.
these women were aiding and abetting.
Yeah.
Right?
So
They
aiding and
aided and
abetting.
abetted a guy that they planned to rob, and that
Mhm.
they didn't know that the people
We're
that were
gonna
wrong,
kill
they
them.
were in on the robbery. They
Mhm.
weren't in on the murder,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
They were young at the time, and under the law, what's so weird is that
You'll get the
they
same
got
time as the murderer.
they were sentenced
It's
to
true.
13 and a half years, right?
Okay.
After they had pled guilty to avoid a life sentence, right?
Mm.
Two young girls, right? And the lawmakers are a little upset about it, but they're stating that don't hold a person for their whole life for something that they did as a child with a child mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also leaving
That's
them and leaving people in when they commit a crime that isn't as heinous as they would say, right? For minimal roles,
right.
minor
9 rows. Mm-hmm.
right?
A lot
Don't
of, yeah,
don't
because
lose
you could
them
be
in the
sitting in the
system.
car. Somebody could go in and shoot. You wouldn't even know. They're going into a bank,
Yeah.
start shooting, come back
Mhm.
out.
Mhm.
You driving off. You really don't know what this person doing.
Yeah, you say,
So,
hey, I thought you was going in there with a note. I thought you was gonna go
and you've
be
seen
nice
a lot of people
and
go down like
steal,
that. Yeah,
not murder and take, you know. Yeah,
right.
so that's with the intent. That's what they're saying. Your intent was to be on
Involved.
a lesser involvement, to do a lesser crime, and a higher heinous crime was
Hmm.
the result of it, right?
Right.
Those people are the ones that are being released from prison
Hmm.
now, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And both girls, one got immediate release, and the other one may have probably went to a halfway house. They both did the time already.
Right.
Actually, they did the time plus the one that immediately released. I believe she just got free,
Right.
no probation, no nothing, because she overdid the time, right?
Right. They're
Now,
saying this new law is retroactive, so a lot
yes,
of
it
people
is.
from
Oh,
way
yes,
in
it
the
is.
past will be getting out on this. Even I think even with conspiracy for drugs,
Yeah,
you have people that ate in the bed and they actually didn't probably sell the drugs hand in hand to the person, but they
right.
were around the area or they heard that there was, you know, you know how they do it. They
Yeah,
were on the phone and they
right,
made the deal or da da da. Some
right.
of them might be getting out as well.
Yeah.
So mm.
Well, that would be a nice love for the families that are waiting,
Okay.
the loved ones that's waiting on their families
Hmm.
to be released from prison.
Yes.
That would be a
Mhm.
nice gift for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. To get home
So
early.
remember, guys, Valentine's Day is about the expression, right? The
Expression of love,
expression, whether it's verbal or whether it's written. It
action. Yeah.
originated from a card
Mhm.
for love, written in a poem, written in
Yes.
a card, the writings on the wall, as they say, right? How
Yes.
you express yourself, because that's more important, right? Is
Mhm.
say, that's why when people say, oh, they loosely say love so much. I get it. You shouldn't say love if you don't mean it, no
If
matter
you
if
don't
it's
mean
gonna
it.
hurt or not. No
Right.
matter if it's gonna
Yes. You're right.
no
Don't
matter
say
if
it.
it's gonna hurt. Yes, don't say
Mhm.
it.
Yes.
So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. We'll
Thank
see
you
you guys
guys.
Friday.